There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. We're coming to you live from the Staples Center. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Golden State Warriors. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for Davis.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And David Aldridge is standing by for a pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, it took 5 long months, but Anthony Davis's trade request was finally granted. Now he has a new start in Los Angeles alongside LeBron James. And the Lakers now boast 2 top 10 players. Kevin, this is a team with legitimate championship aspirations.
And DA, that's the standard for the Lakers organization. Thanks for that report. And in tonight's game, pride definitely brought at stake when you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams. Talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006. Which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Oh man. Now, that's a fierce attack from Marquise Chris getting to the rim.
That'll be a 5-second call. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Take a look at the Wizards. They ascend up the lists to number 3 with some spirited play.
And when you look at Los Angeles, they've started this year as well as they could have hoped. Playing great basketball, probably exceeding preseason expectations.
Floats it up for James. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Now that looked easy. 2 of the easier points for LeBron James in this ball game.
It's stolen by Bradley. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. High post, Davis. Working on Green, and it's blocked. To the inside, Chris, and it's blocked by Bradley. LeBron against Thompson, and James throws it down.
Nice to see LeBron have a straight line drive. Somebody fell asleep there.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
It looked like the directive in that game was that they wanted to attack, and all that work that they put in on the perimeter turned into a big night from deep.
Davis kicks to McGee. Lakers passing it around. Trying to get open is Davis. And James gets it to go. LeBron's got 6 points.
It's so difficult to stop him. Even when you hit him or pull at him or tug him or talk to him, none of it works.
Here's Wiggins. No good on the shot. LeBron with some nice D. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range work, the long-range work, the inside game work. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
Trying to get open is Davis, and Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Green.
Well, Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick back in 2012, a perennial all-star, 6 of his 7 seasons in New Orleans with the Pelicans, where he averaged over 20 points per game. He is a superstar, and one of the more rare birds in the league at his position to be able to do what he does. Think about the courage right there, sacrificing his body to get the high percentage attempt at the rim.
And Brett, you look at the different ways that Davis can affect the game. What stands out to you most?
Well, really his skill level. And there's a lot of talk about how much he's grown as a shooter and playing in the half court. But since he's come into the league, Kevin, the skill that I admire most about AD is what he does in transition. For him to get out on the break, run and be a target, and catch the ball at any position on the floor and know what to do with it, that's an amazing thing for a guy his size.
Free throw good, LeBron.
Even with all of the impressive number of seasons under his belt, LeBron James retains this kind of remarkable drive and competitive spirit.
And again, no good by Golden State. Lakers leading by 6. Bradley dishes to McGee. And stolen by Chris. Here's Pascal, covered by LeBron. Throws it up high, deflects the pass. Green passes to McGee. Feeds to Davis. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Bradley against Curry. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley.
A moment here to see the numbers for Curry. 4th in scoring, 4th in assists, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers. Always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Lee comes in for Thompson. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Davis with the double team. And Mirotic kicks to Lee. Fast break, the Lakers, a finish, and the dunk by James.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Lakers, off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, the Warriors, 2.5 games back.
And, guys, for the Lakers, they haven't needed any time to find their footing this season. The guys gelled right away. The coaching staff has done a terrific job. It's been a dream start to the year for them.
It's been nice to see the early puzzle pieces come together, complement one another, and they've really gotten off to a hot start.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the bright lights of L.A., perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
And the Warriors with possession here. 11-point game. Ball's knocked loose. Lee trying to get open, and Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Unreal.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Curry is inside, guarded by Bradley. Curry gets the bucket.
You got to guard the long-range ball, but Steph's so good at pulling up. Great footwork and foundation. A good job on the pull-up J.
Bradley against Curry. To the paint. Here's Lee. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And here's Bradley from three. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we'll be back with you shortly. One of the most demonstrative players in the game, Draymond Green, speaks about the importance of passion and effort on defense.
That's all defense is. It is effort. It's the effort to want to communicate. It's the effort to take that one extra step to help someone. It's an effort to move up one step to get into the ball as opposed to sitting off the ball.
Well, and he should know, a former Defensive Player of the Year.
You know, he just takes pride in being their anchor defensively. And if he's not seeing that effort, he's going to let you know about it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to try to feed that, get out quick.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Lakers. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. JaVale McGee is out there with Davis, and it's Bradley in at the 1. Brent, so many state-of-the-art arenas being built. Which feature do you think is most important?
Oh, the hot dog machine. What are we doing,
popcorn, right
and the
next to it.
popcorn,
Hot
what
dog
else,
and then
Kevin?
the popcorn.
Yeah,
Right there.
nachos?
Love nachos.
Okay.
You love nachos.
What else? I mean, what else do we go with there?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a big one.
Because when you're done with all that other stuff, you've got to somehow kind of coat your stomach.
Yep.
You
Was
don't
this
feel bad.
basketball related, or did we go somewhere else
All a
with it?
part of the whole conversation.
I think we covered it.
Curry can't get it to go. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Tipped away. It's stolen by Green. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Warriors trail by 13. Got a piece of it. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Warriors now. Mirotic finds Curry from deep three-point range, but they get it back. Looney passes to Mirotic. Knocks it loose. 6 to shoot. Shot to stop the run, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
That's really all you can do defensively. At times, Mirotic just can make some very difficult shots.
Bradley against Curry. Here's LeBron. There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. Wow, he was up there, Kevin. Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Free throw good, LeBron. Here's Lee. It's stolen by Green. Here's Davis. Green with the block.
Wow, gritty defense from Draymond, showing how tough it is, and great timing on the rejection.
And James throws it down hard.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Warriors trail by 16. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yes.
So sign me up
with
for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually coming.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted, and I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Danny Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Avery Bradley.
Terrific movement off of the dead ball situation and a great play to get the bucket.
To the middle. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Sunday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, even though they should get the win, I would expect it to be a bit of a battle. Just because they are favored doesn't mean it's an automatic W.
And there's the foul. Here we go on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lee kicks to Chris. 5 on the clock. Unable to get that one. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
And guys, this first meeting always sort of sets the tone for how the rest of the season series will play out. For teams that know each other this well, this initial game is a big one.
Poked away, and that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. The Lakers, number 1.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end, and you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
It's Wiggins at the top of the key. Poked loose. McGee with it. Picked up by Thompson. There's the lob to the hoop. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Warriors trail by 16.
Well, for so long, the Warriors have been a great shooting team. I don't see that changing as long as Steph and Clay are pulling on jerseys for the Dubs. You think about the Splash Brothers backcourt, their unselfish style of play, sharing the ball. This team has represented good to great over the last 5 years in a way no other team has.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Rondo against Lee. Dishes it to Thompson. Caruso, the pass to Rondo, over Lee, and another basket for the Lakers. And the Warriors last year, Brent, top 3 in three-point shooting once again.
How about that? The 5th straight year that they've been a top 3 team from the three-point line, and not really much of a surprise given their shooting prowess. Some of their attempts would be bad shots, Kevin, quite frankly, for any other team, but that's elite marksmanship from Golden State.
And here's Rondo. James in the post. Covered by Wiggins. The layup off target. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. They trail by 18.
An average shot blocker. The key for Rondo is to know when to leap up for those rejections. That's on using length.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
Now, here's Thompson. Not a lot of room. From deep. No good that time.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Lakers on top as they end the second quarter on a 20-6 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, Draymond, at times in that first half, they got it going in transition. Why were they able to beat you defensively?
I don't think it was so much defensively, it was offensively. You know, we turned the ball over, and you can't defend that. You know, when they get out running, their guards are going to get loose. So we just got to stop turning the ball over offensively, and that'll help our defense a ton.
Yeah, your coach calls them plays of insanity, Draymond, so we'll see if you can adjust that in the second half. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. He's in a crazy zone right now and seems to be even hotter than he was in their last game. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
More often than not, Ernie, LeBron tries to involve his teammates early, but he came in ready to shoulder the load tonight. Terrific all-around performance in the first half.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Chris, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. Here's Chris. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Davis. Right around 25 points per, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Chris finds Wiggins. Green breaking loose.
And LeBron using his big mitts there. Comes in handy on defense. Getting up there to spike that one away.
They get the rebound. Chris pass to Green. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. McGee with the block. And he's able to get it back. Lakers leading by 22. And there's the pass to Davis. Outside Rondo. It's stolen by Curry. And here they go. And Wiggins throws it down.
Steph out there singing a lullaby to the defense. Gets them to sleep. And then sets up the teammate nicely.
And for Steph Curry, certainly one of the best to ever play. Iguodala said last season, Brent, that he's already the 2nd best point guard to ever play in pro basketball.
Well, high praise from Andre Iguodala, and why wouldn't you talk about Steph that way? You tally up MVPs and titles and his impact on the game and what he's done to change the way the game is played. The case for Steph Curry to be the top point guard ever is getting stronger and stronger every season. The guy that he's going to have to knock off the top of that shelf, I think, for most everybody who's been basketball fans for a long time, is one Magic Johnson.
Timeout called the Warriors. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now with a break in the action, let's now view the NBA assist leaders. Steph Curry fourth.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Andrew Wiggins. He's putting up about 21 points per, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Looney. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And there's the call on Howard. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors with possession here. Sinks the three-pointer. 7 points for Andrew Wiggins.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Outside, Green. Down low. Now the Warriors moving it up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And the first one drops. Good on the second, so he makes them both. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you.
He's just such a specimen out there, Dwight Howard, a physically imposing presence on both ends of the floor.
And both free throws good for Howard.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as he has battled those back issues.
Wiggins kicks to Curry. Traps in the tray. Curry's got 11 points.
This is why Steph Curry is virtually unguardable. When he's sinking those kind of shots, it just devastates you defensively.
Pass to Howard. And it's Looney with the rebound. And with Howard, his presence was missed in the lineup last year due to injuries.
And Howard isn't what he once was, but he can still make a difference on the floor. That size and rebounding really hard to replace on a team by just one player.
Caldwell Pope passes to Kuzma. Shoots over Mirotic. Howard kicks to Green. Fires for 3. Los Angeles with another miss. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And the foul called on Danny Green. That is his first foul of the game.
And, you know, you see it every day, but it still doesn't make it any less impressive. The amount of skill that Steph Curry has on the floor, the shooting, the passing, the agility, he has it all.
And both free throws good for Curry. You could argue Curry is one of the most skilled players of all time.
The shooting alone puts him in the conversation, and very few can match up to just that. Guys like LeBron and Wilt dominate with their size and athleticism, but Curry is an all-time great because of his once-in-a-lifetime skill.
Passes to Looney. Kicks it out to Wiggins. From outside, off the mark.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Bradley against Curry. And Avery Bradley gets the three. Bradley's got 7 points.
Better from the corners, but Bradley becoming much more consistent as a three-point threat.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. So it's the Warriors now, trailing by 17.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And it's Green missing.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers taking a 19-point lead into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Warriors trail by 19. They've got Avery Bradley. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Green, and it's Howard in at the 5, down low. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. The Lakers on D. 22 is their biggest lead. Now here's Green. Timeout called the Lakers.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Anthony Davis comes in for Kyle Kuzma. James checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Waiters in for Green. And it's time for an injury report.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Lakers head athletic trainer. He said that he does have a broken nose. It's definitely a painful injury, but not a worst-case scenario. Well, this is definitely unlucky, and especially right at the start of the season. The adjustments will be plentiful going forward. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
Yeah, and this makes it particularly rough for this team. Other teammates now are going to have to step up, and it seems like it's going to be an extended period of time, so not easy to do.
And obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. that's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard, thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's Wiggins. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
No good from LeBron.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Davis. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
That's just such good touch. I mean, with that length, Kevin, once he turns, he's got a shooting window that feels wide open.
Thompson for the triple. Drains the three-pointer.
Oh, great move there. That spin just dusted the defense.
LeBron James on the wing. That's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Waiters.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. It's stolen by Bradley. McGee the pass to Waiters. Curry with the steal. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Chris gets the bucket.
Draymond Green, we know he plays with attitude and he plays with force. But his teammates appreciate the unselfish approach he has.
Stolen by Thompson. And stolen by LeBron. Inside. Here's Davis. Here's McGee. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 18.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Mirotic is checked in for Green. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Wiggins against LeBron. Left side Davis. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Phenomenal strength there by AD to take the hit and finish that one.
Well, you know, the NBA not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
There's some great competition overseas in the Turkish leagues. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional careers. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
LeBron outside. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Davis, the pass to McGee. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Thompson. And he makes the first. Both free throws good from McGee. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. to the inside. Here's Pascal. McGee with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And the Warriors with possession here. It's Bradley on the wing. Pass to Davis from 10 feet out, and the jumper is good. Davis has got 7 points here in this quarter.
That's an impossible shot to guard, Kevin. Davis got the ball and just rises up for the jumper there. The D has to be frustrated.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for LeBron.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
43 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Drills the three-pointer.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. Here's the Lakers with the ball. Bradley passes to Davis. Back to Bradley. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Poole. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. The drive by James and the dunk by LeBron.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, were you satisfied with the team's performance tonight?
We got a very good team, but in order for us to continue to improve, we have to go out and we have to defend, we have to play for one another, and we have to be selfless. You know, it's not about the individual, it's about the team, and if we all give in to what the team needs to do to be better, then we'll be okay.
It is a work in progress, LeBron. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.